Press start to begin.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Super Bonus Round. We are back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm your host, John Mugiwara Jam, joined as always by my co-host, Jack Peanut.
Hey!
And Rich Rainbow 767. So when we last left off, the judge took a very, very happy siesta during the recess, and now we're waiting to. Guys, you have to understand. I was planning that bit for months since we recorded last in October together, and that was just loaded in my chamber until then. So that was so worth it. I was trying not to laugh because I'm going to edit that to make it sound like it's coming from the back room. But anyway, bringing things more seriously, it's back to the lobby.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured out anything.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma? You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold?
Yeah, you're wearing on long sleeves.
Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals! Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
What? Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky!
That's so. That's okay. So, have you bought what I asked?
Oh! You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was supposed to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name?
Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident?
But Lana, Seth! I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you! The chief prosecutor were a witness in that case!
The Sky was a witness? Files for the Joe Dart killing solved 2 years ago.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
No, I'm just trying to think of what serials were murdered. Emma, why? Why is your name on here?
What? My name Finver? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana! This SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the photo police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Doc killings. For Joe Doc? No, Lana! What? Oh shit, that was too fast.
Well, then wait, she ran away.
You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. And I really do. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. I'll be right back.
Wow, the timing. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gaunt, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I better take a good look at this file.
Yeah, you better.
To be continued.
Oh,
We really could have ended it there, but that would have made the episode longer.
All right, I'm back. My dinner has arrived.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we got to the save point for the end point, so.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky after I had that beautiful Mexican siesta.
Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh, Jesus. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Jesus, how much whiskey you gonna drink?
Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization.
Mr. Marshall, I don't think you're allowed to drink in court.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman! As for my name, you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
All right, baby, just my wind. Don't listen to that one.
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? I'd never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner.
I'm pretty sure not allowed to have a weapon either.
What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English.
You know that's not going to happen. It's an Ace and Dirty character. They're gonna run their bit into the ground.
My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard.
You didn't listen to a word I said, did you?
They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail.
You guys notice what's wrong with what he just said?
Oh, not yet.
Well, if you remember what we found at the crime scene, you know he's full of shit.
Oh.
Well, we found his fingerprint.
Bingo. Yeah. He said he wasn't there. Horse
so
shit.
He was not at the saloon.
Pun unintended, but horse shit.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Damn!
That was over the line. Guilty. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems?
I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers?
Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, is all yours.
So you guys already got the answer, so we just have to present his prints where he says he wasn't there.
Here we go.
Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this?
Oh.
After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet you dragged me down here? Explain yourself, partner.
It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint.
Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints will be in there.
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints are covered in blood.
Witness! What's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
Seems to me
That all you see are violence in movies and sex on TV.
there ain't a person in this room with the head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the bloodstained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room.
But bloodied?
One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appears valid. Although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something, I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Okay, so I'm gonna press this one. That's because you, how do you put it, pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Okay. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna press this one. How do you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It's found in Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. After you starting to get the are you starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture?
The seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this.
The security tape.
So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Oh, he added that
Too
statement.
bad it was... Okay. He wasn't in the picture, though.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
You want me to tie this crime? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
He's more right than he thinks. That video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see.
Again, the camera rotates.
The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave room without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present. Please do so now.
And there is evidence, and you guys picked up on it last episode. Very well. Oh, I'm going to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us the incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall.
All right, so he pointed out that his locker was the one with the handprint, right? And this is now Detective Goodman's, the victim's locker. There's supposedly Bruce Goodman. Right there is Jake Marshall's things. Notice that the door's closed? He opens Goodman's locker. The glove falls out. Meekin sneaks up on him. They get into a scuffle. And then Meekins is unconscious, with Goodman supposedly gone, probably ducking behind, below the camera. And then...
Yep. Bam!
Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
Days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Notice there's no cloth?
Oh, the white cloth! It's gone! What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened the locker when the camera was turned away.
Order! Order! Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. Not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
You did confess earlier you know how these work, so... This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I'll call your bluff. You say I opened that locker. Now prove it.
The evidence locker, duh. Only the assigned detective prints can unlock it.
Fingerprint sensor.
Is that beef jerky in his hand?
I don't even know.
We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Yeah, it's jerky.
I only got one word for you, partner. No! Order! 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 Witness, explain yourself! If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Ole! Please answer the question!
Ole!
Hey.
What is he now, a bullfighter?
A bullfighter?
That's all right, I'm the Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at the floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it.
Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? He was right here. Officer Marshall was standing right here.
There? But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in this video was Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he knew for sure.
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room. So he must have been carrying it.
Although I do think it is a little bit weird. The Officer Meekins would ask to produce his ID card when you need one to get in the room anyway. The answer's simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture's on his own ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized that man was not Detective Goodman. You have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You got quite an imagination, partner.
Yeah, you're sweating.
We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as a victim.
Unless you have heard evidence. Heard evidence.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
Yeah, to me that's just suspicious enough.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Bitch, you said that's it, guilty.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, oh, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
Ah, this can't be happening. So obvious he's the one. What can I do?
Looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
Bitch, I won 3 cases. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
More like 4, actually. Sorry. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Phoenix, try thinking outside the box.
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence. This video is my only shot.
Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open this locker.
Why do you think he had to open the locker? If you watch the video again, the answer will slap you in the face.
Aha!
Because he got blood in the jacket. If he
Bingo.
if he walked out of the evidence room like that in the police station, someone would say something. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet.
Yeah.
However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat.
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, partner. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, you were only half as persistent then as you are today. We all wouldn't have to be here now would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
All right. Seems the time has come.
What do you guys think? You think the time has come for...
Oh, next challenge super bonus round?
Yep, so thank you guys again so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll finish the trial portion of today. Thank you guys again. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I barely said anything throughout this episode. Bye-bye.